What's good, YouTube? Stormy B Man back with another video editorial. Before we get started, I'd like to say shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community, new media, black media, and liberated perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. The topic of this video is boxing. Why fights don't need marinating. In the recent months and within the past year, we have seen top fighters within the sport of boxing avoid challenging themselves for the crown of their sports in their respective divisions. From the heavyweight division on down through the junior welters and even lower weight classes, we have seen fighters who are titleist and top contenders refuse to challenge themselves to see exactly where they may stand in the sport. Oftentimes, the boxing public has been given the reason for this as these potential super fights need marinating. Promoters are the ones who have come up with this term, and fighters who seek to avoid serious challenge for their position have adopted it as an excuse to not face worthy adversaries. There was a time when the sport, more often than not, was blessed with super fights of highly touted prospects, champions, and contenders fighting one another at various points in their careers, and the fighters did so with the desire to prove themselves to be the best of the sport. That is no longer the case. Within the past year, we've had 4 fighters who could have potentially defined who they are and where they are in the sports in their respective divisions. From the welterweights, we had Keith one-time Thurman, who is the longest reigning champion up until this past Saturday night, when he could have taken on the likes of Earl Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, and he just did fight Manny Pacquiao and dropped a unanimous decision to Manny, or split decision, forgive me. Jermell Charlo, 154-pound titleist, recently lost his fight to Tony Harrison when a scheduled super bout between he and the other champion, Jarrett Hurd, had an opportunity to face one another. And what was their excuse? To allow the fight to marinate. Anthony Joshua, former heavyweight champion and unified champion, who held 2 out of the 3 major belts in the sport, had an opportunity to fight Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, the WBC heavyweight champion, on no less than 3 occasions. And Joshua, each and every time, went the other way, including, in the midst of all that, turning down a $50 million guaranteed purse. Why? His promoter said this fight needs to marinate. All of these fighters that I have mentioned within the past year have lost their positions, and they've lost out on a guaranteed opportunity for a promotion of their legacy within the sport, and also an inflation of their economic bag. The money, people. They've missed out. And so now others who have taken that opportunity away from them are enjoying the proceeds. This is what can happen when fighters don't step up to the plate in a sport where it is really where you make your hay. You're fighters, you're gladiators, you're warriors. This is what you do. Dancing, to my understanding, dancing away is not a part of the sport. If you want to hold the legacy of those who have preceded you, you have to do exactly what they did and raise your game and step up to the challenge. Marination is good with foods, but with what these fighters have tried to serve us, everyone was left with a sour taste in their mouth and a terrible feeling in the pit of their stomachs as they watched each and every one of these fighters, Thurman, Hurd, Charlo, Joshua, lose their opportunities, lose the lofty perch that they found themselves within the sport, and lose fan base. This is a lesson to the new champions out there and those who have their eye on the prize of one day becoming champions themselves. You can be remembered by testing the waters, by challenging yourself, by persevering and overcoming, pursuing greatness. People will get behind that. People will love you, they'll revere you, but they will also respect you. Something worth considering. So much more to be offered than marinating. This is Stormy B Man. That's all I have for you at this time. Let me know in the comments section what you think about this. And don't forget, you can always email Stormy B Man at intheeyeofthestorm4gmail.com @gmail.com. Until we meet again, peace.